judicious, because that's what we're all about. We want peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela, and that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has to be judicious, because that's what we're all about. We want peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela, and that includes many from Venezuela. Properly, we're not doing this in vain. This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack that could have gone very, very badly. Could have gone very badly. We could have lost a lot of people last night. We could have lost a lot of dignity. We could have lost a lot of equipment. The equipment is less important, but we could have lost a lot. And we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. Well, you know, they always say boots on the ground. Oh, so we're not.
We call members of Congress immediately after. This was not the kind of mission that you can do congressional notification on. It was a trigger-based mission in which conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement function. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, this was an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives of American justice, and the Department of War supported the Department of Justice in that job. Now, there are broader policy implications here, but it's just not the kind of mission that you can pre-notify because it endangers the mission. We call.
All right, shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'asum, Yahushua, Ba'asum, Rach, Wadash, the bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, our great millstone who rule well, the taught me this truth. Much respect to you brothers out there that's preaching his word and truth and sincerity. To our four cousins of earth, Tabernacle David, that's being risen up right before your very eyes, the hopeful elect, and the speckled bird, to you I say shalom. Let's get into this lesson, man. Hey, this is just the second day of the new year, right? You got bug outs, a little bug going around, and now you see with the third day, matter of fact, I'll read it. Right, the United States has captured the Venezuelan president and his wife, and that happened just this morning. Now, it was already on my spirit to cover this, but right before I did this lesson, I had got off the phone with my father, and he pretty much reminded me that I come through a line of men that was in the military that went to war, right, and that's something that I wanted to do. Before I came into the truth. And I remember my father telling me, nah, son, don't do that, man. You know, he was telling me he's very thankful that he went to the military. There's some things that you learn, but he's pretty much was talking to me about this incident this morning. It was like, nah, man, pretty much, hey, the apostles and elders and brothers of Grace Millstone, man, has always been right. All right. The sentiments that the apostles and elders and brothers on down has been saying, now you're seeing the people say it as well. Now you're seeing the people say it as well. And that's pretty much what my father was saying. Hey, I wouldn't go to war. Hey, your bunions, of course, he's not in the truth, but your sons, hey, don't don't even mention. Don't even tell them to go to war. Now, us within this truth, we hope and pray, and we already know through the Spirit, this place ain't gonna be here long, right? This place ain't gonna be here long. Prophecy is speeding up, right? For my bunions to grow up, yeah. This place ain't gonna be here long, right? And we pray for that, man. Want to see them grow up in the kingdom, have that spiritual power and protection, right, in the kingdom. Truly enjoy your children in the kingdom. But getting back to it, right? My father was like, you know what? These are pretty much banker wars, man. This man Trump is starting wars, right? It's like, nah, man. I would not go to war for these people, man. I would not go to war with these jokers. They just starting shit, you know. And what the apostles and elders and brothers on down been saying, this is banker wars, man. Right? E gets rich off this shit, man. You know. And what we seeing now, with Yahweh Razai, however I format this video, I may have some video before this, right? This man said we ain't gonna relinquish control of Venezuela until peaceful resolve or something to that effect, man. That's why I have this title up here, as you see, woe unto him that increases that which is his, which is not his, right? This man is a busybody. He's a meddlesome, right? Scriptures speak about that, man. So they went into Venezuela, got the president and his wife, but as you see right here, right? The International Criminal Court rejects Israel's appeals, uphold arrest warrants for Netanyahu, right? And this was years ago too. What, it was about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. This man was supposed to be put into prison for war crimes. This is how we can tell he's not in trouble as other men. This man was supposed to be put in prison, locked up for war crimes, right? And I believe the term is apartheid. He was supposed to pay, pretty much give some of the people over there reparations for the war crimes. But no, you see what this man has done. He's actually for destruction, right? He's hitting hospitals, hitting the weak, the women and children, right? Instead of, acknowledging his wrongs, no, this man loves blood. So on one side, you have the Venezuelan president locked up. And then you have this man that has Netanyahu committed so many war crimes. So many war crimes, but he's not in prison. Right? Matter of fact, it says right here, right? Trump just brought Israel 25 Boeing F-15 fighter jets with an $8.6 billion, man. You see? So he's funding these people of blood, but over here, nah, we got control of this whole country. And what you see with Russia, man, they call them out on him. Right? So, hey, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. We are living in some beautiful times. Those that have the eyes to see it, I've had conversations in the past with my father about this truth. It's just not resonating with him. So that's why, in this conversation that I had with him, I ain't even mentioned the truth. I ain't even mentioned the truth about it. Just acknowledge it. Like, yeah, you did tell me not to go to war, not to go to the military. You was right. You know what I'm saying? But it's these people in the world, still have some type of hope that this kingdom was going to be here forever. I see that with a lot of Christians still. Us, the men of the Lord and the hopeful elect, we're looking forward to that day to get that kingdom, man. So when we hear wars and rumors of war, right, we can't, we giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemiel Shah Salaki for the little ramble, man. I'm going to go ahead and get some scriptures. Habakkuk 2 and verse 6, right? Shall not all these take up a parable against them and adopt a proverb and say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his, and how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, right? This man has increased that which is not his. He has gone all throughout the world, spreading his democracy. You break down that word, pretty much demon rule, right? This is what this man has done. He's ruling with an iron fist. He's ruling with the demon rule, man. Right? As I did in my lesson the other day, man, if this man was meant to reign and rule forever, there was no end to his kingdom, man. He would run this kingdom, run the whole planet down to shit, man. The whole trash can. This man has to be taken out of power. And the moves that we're seeing played right before us, man, is leading to World War III, man. Right? It's Proverbs 20, verse 17. Food gained by fraud is sweet to a man, but later his mouth is full of gravel. Right? This man is out here stealing. We know what this man is going to do. He said, you know, they got war, you know, it's like they got drugs and all this stuff. Who's the one that's really funding them? They show you that in the show on Netflix. What's that show on Netflix? Damn, they was in Kansas. Damn, it come back to me. But pretty much, hey, Esau Edom controls the drug game, man. They showed you at the end, right? Issachar was running it, but at the end, Esau Edom took over it and started running that shit. They showed you right there in your face, man. They're the ones that's actually in control of that, right? It's like the Ozark, I believe it's called the Ozark. I believe it's called Ozark, right? You watch that show on Netflix, right? Let's see, Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe to those who devise iniquity and plot evil upon their beds. At morning is light, they accomplish it because the power is in their hands, you see? Hit them this morning. All the wickedness that they can imagine, they just do it. Whether it's behind the scenes or in front of you, they do it, man. You know, this is not a righteous kingdom. They covert fields and seize them, and they take away houses, right? This is probably in the NLT, Salakia. This is in the NLT. They convert the fields and seize them. They take away houses. They deprive a man of his home, a fellow man of his inheritance. You see? Take away your house, take away your home, take away your inheritance, right? Take away your culture. You see? Jacob's always talking about black culture, man. Black culture is death. They ain't your real culture. You were Israelite. You're supposed to be a man of the Lord. You're supposed to be serving the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right? Therefore, this is what the Lord says. I am planning against that nation a disaster from which ye cannot free your necks. Then you will not walk so proudly, for it will be a time of calamity. And that's coming. So you sticking your nose in other man's affairs, in other countries' affairs, so-called spreading democracy, right? What you don't realize, the other nations is gearing up for war, whether you realize it or not. And you're going to fight a losing war. It's not going to be pretty for you, right? I believe these is in the NLT again. Isaiah 10 and verse 1. Woe to those who enact unjust statutes and issue oppressive decrees. This is what this man has done. And he has to pay for it. You can look all throughout American history, right? What they have done to Southern and Northern Kingdom, man. This man has to pay for that. What he has done to the other nations. What is he doing to the other nations now? Like I said earlier, Benjamin Netanyahu, not a Jew, he's supposed to be in jail now. But instead of being in jail, apologizing for what he has done, no, he's helped forward destruction over there. Killing women and children, right? Let's get some more. Slaki, to deprive the poor of fair treatment and to withhold justice from the oppressor of my people and make widows their prey and orphans their plunder. See, that's an MO. of Esau, Edom, and that's how he moves. You can even look when we were coming out of Egypt. This man has always moved like a bitch. It's like, you know, he's always moved like that. Hitting the old, hitting the women and children, right? That's how he did when we was coming out of Egypt, right? He didn't confront us head on, right? That's what real men do. That's what real men do. That's why this man getting mad at us, because we exposing that he's a base man, a base man. The scriptures say he was the first of the nations, right? He was the first one to come up against us, right? And he came up against us in a bitch way. And that's what he's doing against these other nations as well. With some of them, amongst them, of course, is Jake as well. Jake is feeling it. But he doesn't fight fair. He doesn't fight fair. But that's okay. I just read in what's that? Micah 2, verse 4. Micah 2 and 1, right? Then you will not walk so proudly, for it will be a time of calamity, right? The Lord is about to wipe off your pride, man. Let's see. James 5 and 1. Come now. You are rich. Let's get that real quick. Slog it. Let me see if I get some more. Sloggy, I'm gonna get to it. Should have been an NLT right here. Right here, Sloggy. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Sloggy. James 5 and 1, NLT. Look here, you rich people, reap and groan with anguish because of a terrible trouble ahead of you. Right? There's terrible trouble ahead for you. You live lavishly. You live deliciously. Right? But the Lord is about balance. All that's about to be turned around. See, what you hitting Venezuela, like my father was telling me, this is banker wars, man. Hell, he was like, man, I would not go to war for these jokers, man. You going to war for no reason. You just starting wars. Yeah, if you have the eyes to see, we giving all praises going on to Yahweh Shemiel Shah because we getting closer and closer to World War III. Closer to the end of this man's kingdom. So let's get it. Your wealth is rotting away, and your fine clothes are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver are cankered. The very wealth you were counting on will eat away your flesh like fire. This corroded treasure you have hoarded will testify against you on the day of judgment. You see, because it's not yours. You stole it. You stole it from Jake. Hey, you stole it from the other nations. You got it. You got it from fraud, right? Let's see. For listen, hear the cries in the field of workers whom you have cheated of their pay. You see that? You go into the scriptures. Each day that you work, you're supposed to be paid that day. Now, they do have jobs like DoorDash and stuff like that where you could get paid, Amazon Flex, where you could get paid that very same day. But for the most part, in the workforce here in Babylon the Great, you don't get paid that day. And they take wages out of your check. Take taxes for this, taxes for that, man. Right? You go to the store, gotta pay taxes on your goods that you're purchasing. Right? The cries of those who harvest your fields have reached the ears of the Lord, Yahweh Shemiel Shah, of the heavens armies. You have spent your years on earth in luxury, satisfying your every desire. You see that? The Lord was so gracious unto you. Here it is. The Lord has in the nation. The Lord hates you. But yeah, he has blessed you. But the table's going to be turned, man. That's why we telling you, Jake, hey, if the Lord hates this man, and you see how lavish this man is living, how much more to the people that he loves, man. Sometimes you gotta sit back and just, meditate on that, man. This man is living lavishly, man. He ain't gotta do no work. He gotta chill. He got everything that he can hope and wish for. Matter of fact, he really don't, because he can't be satisfied. His desires is hell. He can't be satisfied. He wants to be like the Most High. Guess what? That's for the Israelites. We're going to have those new bodies. We're going to have that power. We're going to have the nations bending down unto us, man. And we're going to reign and rule in righteousness. You know? and you can't do nothing about it. You're going to go back to that caveman state, and it's going to be beautiful, man. Let's read that again. You have spent your years on earth in luxury, satisfying your every desire, because you're that lump of clay that's made to dishonor the Lord. Your ways are contrary to the Lord. You have fattened yourselves in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed innocent people who do not resist you. You see? Because you got Jake in that trick bag. A lot of them in Christianity. Jake is in that chill mode. Jake is not even, a lot of Jake is not even looking for blood. Men of the Lord, hey, guess what? We're waiting patiently for the Lord to give us that spiritual power. For our big brother Yahushua and the host of angels and the men of the Lord to come down and put you guys into slavery. Because that's righteous. That is righteous reparations. That's what we want, man. Right? Let's see. It says patience and endurance. You see, because you got to patiently wait for the downfall of this man, right? Dear brothers and sisters, be patient as you wait for the Lord's return, you see. Consider the farmers who patiently wait for the rain in the fall and in the spring. They eagerly look for the valuable harvest to ripen, right? So just as the farmers, you out there planting, right? You out there planting your fields, planting your crops, and you're waiting for that rain so your crops can grow, so you can have food, and so you can have money as well, so you can feed your family, feed your animals, right? You too must be patient. Take courage, for the coming of the Lord is near, right? So we seeing right before our very eyes, man, these prophecies pop off. The coming of the day of the Lord is near. This is just the third day, brothers and sisters. And this is beautiful, man. Hey, so Yahweh desires an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises going on to two. Yahweh, Ba'ashum, Yahushua, Ba'ashum, Rakach, Wadash, the months of the apostles, the months of the elders, at Great Millstone, Ruel, taught me this truth, and the Bob Shalom.